Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny, the meditative morning show about newspaper comics. And there's only 2 more eps, this one and tomorrow, before the season finale of Every Day is Funny Season 1. And I wish I could come here and give you one of my usual musings or, lighthearted guffaws that I like to do, and I hate to do this, so close to the season finale, but I do think it's important, based on something in the news, that I should probably confess my involvement in. As you may have seen, and if not, you can go look it up. A video was just posted. RFK Jr., there's going to be this New Yorker story on him, and he wanted to get ahead of it by posting this video, and he confessed that 10 years ago he did help dump a dead bear in Central Park. And I just want to come clean about my involvement in this whole affair. I think it's the right thing to do before I get mentioned in a New Yorker article as well. Now, I was not there on this fateful day where he was going falconing, and listen, it was a very normal day. He was going falconing with a group of people in New York, and he saw a woman run over a bear, and he helped dump the body in Central Park because he didn't want to leave it in the car that night when they went to Peter Luger's steakhouse. And all of that's very normal, and as anyone would do. Now, I wasn't involved in that fateful day. No. A decade ago, I was only 19. But what I did do, and I will admit this, is work with his campaign team to shoot the video that came out today. The entire video was actually my idea. They reached out to me as kind of a media guru, as I've become by doing this show and my years of experience in the past. And yes, I thought, let's get ahead of the story before the New Yorker posts it. So I pitched this video where I was like, you're going to be sitting in your house, but we need someone relatable that you can relay the story to so that people will feel the blow less. And so I called Roseanne Barr, and she came by to just hear the story. I don't know why else she would be in the home of RFK Jr. listening to him recount this tale. And I had told Roseanne in kind of a director role, put in some quips to lessen the blow of the story. He'll say, I dumped a dead bear in the woods, and she'll be like, a big bear, what is that? My husband on Roseanne, kind of funny quips. And we filmed the video, and she didn't do that at all. She just kind of looked stunned and didn't give any quips, and it kind of made the whole attempt to lessen the blow kind of strengthen it, because she looked stunned at the story he was telling. And then I was like, should we have done this whole video? But, I felt like it made him just kind of an everyday Joe, talking to Roseanne, eating some ribs. And, I kind of regret it now. And I just wanted to come out and confess my involvement and say I shouldn't have done it. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the bear. I'm sorry to the bike that he also dumped in Central Park. I thought Roseanne would be a better improver, but alas, no. I've cut ties with the RFK Jr. campaign, and I'm donating no money to any causes, but I have severed ties, taken the money, and bought a boat. All right. Whew, that felt good to get off my chest. All right, let's get to the comics. All right, Gearhead Gertie. The final Gearhead Gertie of Season 1. I know, you're probably wiping tears from your eyes. Gearhead Gertie, of course, the comic where an old woman loves NASCAR, and that's the only joke. All right. We see Gearhead Gertie with a friend of hers, and a phone is going off on the table in front of them. Screech, crunch, crash, bang, screech are the noises from the phone. Her friend says, "What kind of ringtone is that?" Gearhead Gertie says, "The big one at Talladega." I'm assuming the big one is a car crash? As a fan of NASCAR, I admit I know little to nothing about the sport. Do you really want to relive the crashes? Like, sure, they're exciting to see in the moment, but isn't it kind of dark to re-embrace those at any chance you get with any call or text or anything? That seems like, if anything, kind of making fun of the sport to me. Also, why is, first of all, Gearhead Gertie's making no moves to answer the phone. It seems like she just has people call her, doesn't really talk to anyone, and just wants to hear that ringtone over and over again so no one can really get in touch with her. Also, the table. Why is it so far away from the couch? It looks like the kind of table that should be right in front of the couch. And she has placed it like a mile away. Also, there's no background to the home. They're in some sort of white void that, with Gearhead Gertie's age, kind of makes it seem as though she's in heaven, because it's just a white space with a couch in it. And I know but this only comes out once a week. I get it for like Rex Morgan when they're, doing these illustrations every day, but Gearhead Gertie comes out once a week. You don't think you could just add in a little background? You can obviously draw. I don't understand. I also don't understand how she still has any friends. Like, what do they connect on if none of her friends, her lover or husband is into NASCAR, and it's the only thing she's interested in? It seems like if you tried to talk to Gearhead Gertie about literally anything, the weather, politics, she would somehow, masterfully, find a way to bring it back to NASCAR. The big one at Talladega, you old hag. Sorry. Like, just talk to your friend about anything else. I kind of want to make a comic that's just like someone with an interest and that's the only thing they're into. Maybe that'll be season 2 of the show. I just every week draw a comic about an old man who's into shuffleboard. And every time it's just a joke about shuffleboard. Fascinating. All right. Mary Worth. Now, I hope we're getting to this surprise. Yesterday, this woman named Stell was having a romantic dinner with her partner Ed, and he keeps teasing that he has a surprise coming, which sounds like he's going to propose, even though I don't find this guy that great. He's a little off, and it doesn't seem like they've been dating very long. But let's see if we finally get what this surprise is. Okay. Headline. As Stell and Ed finish dinner. She says, "That was wonderful, Ed. Next time's my turn to cook." He says, "Thanks, love. I look forward to eating your chicken shawarma again. It's out of this world." She says, "Aw, so glad you like it, and if there's something you want me to make that's not in my repertoire, I'll learn how." Okay, so a pretty uneventful thing. He just comments on a chicken shawarma dish that we've never heard about before, and she says she can make something else if he wants. This is really meant to entice the viewers to keep reading on. He doesn't even mention the surprise. He could still think about the surprise to just tease the viewers if you're not going to get to it today. Like, he could think like, chicken shawarma may be out of this world, but the ring I got is really something. Or something like that. I don't know. Again, though, I just don't think people talk like this. "Thanks, love. That was wonderful, and next time's my turn to cook." I'm trying to think of like how people actually talk, and this like comics got me all confused. Like, what would an actual conversation between these two people look like if they actually liked each other and had been seeing each other a long time? But I would maybe like, "Damn, that was effing good." But they are two older people. Maybe older people are a little bit more polite. But they definitely don't say your chicken shawarma is out of this world in full earnestness. There's no way people say it's out of this world. It's like, oh man, I love your chicken shawarma. Not, I look forward to eating your chicken shawarma again. It's out of this world. Like, that is not someone you're going to propose to. That would be insane. I would so advise a friend. It'd be like, do you think I should propose to this girl? We've been hanging out a while. And it's like, well, as long as you don't say, I look forward to eating your chicken shawarma again. It's out of this world. Then I'd say, go for it. What if, as a corny dude that I know that this man is, tomorrow he could be like, I do want you to make me something that's not in my repertoire. A happily married man. And then he pulls the ring out. That seems like I feel like lame for even thinking that, but that seems like kind of a possibility. If you learn how to be my wife. What if that's how he talked? I look forward to eating your chicken shawarma again. It's out of this world. Like kind of Borat, kind of Christopher Walken. That's the thing. You don't know how these people actually speak. They could sound legitimately insane. All right. Well, hopefully we get the answer by tomorrow. I don't know. All right. Rex Morgan MD time. Corey was still talking to Parker about Randy the Bully, and then Rex Morgan gave Parker a list of issues due to their concussions that may arise, but he was letting him leave the hospital. Today. Headline: Parker is discharged from the hospital. He's in a wheelchair getting wheeled out. Parker says, why the wheelchair? I can walk. It's my head that got hurt. And the nurse says, hospital policy. Everyone gets a ride to the front door. Parker says, okay, just don't take the corners too fast. I get motion sickness. Why is Parker just like a constant goofball? Because like it's not funny and nobody responds well to it. You know what I mean? Like, why can't he just be earnest? Everything has to be a joke, but like it never lands. So why would you continue to do that and make everything kind of a self-deprecating joke? Like even in this little scenario, he makes a joke about himself having motion sickness. Like, come on. Make yourself seem cool for 1 second so that you can self-internalize it and approach life a little bit that way. Because you're convincing yourself you suck and everything about you is awful and bad. It's like, just hype yourself up for a second and maybe you wouldn't be in a scenario where you're getting wheeled out of a hospital for getting sucker punched by a bully in the side of the head. And at the same time that bully arrives also being abused by the dad. That has nothing to do with Parker. It's just a weird coincidence that only exists in the comic world. And everything happens very fast. Also, the attendant wheeling him out is very frightening. The combination of bald head and really thick, pale lips is unsettling. Actually, everyone's drawn a bit unsettling today. Aunt Judy looks conniving. Corey looks way older and in a state of kind of like shock. Everyone's a little off today. Even the hospital looks a little strange behind them. Very deserted. If I was the attendant, I would take these corners so goddamn fast after they said that. And he's probably sick of hearing it. Parker's like, just don't take the corners too fast, I get motion sickness. And the attendant's like, all right, I saw a man die today. Why don't you? I'm really not in the mood for this one. Not everything needs a joke, Parker. But all right, let me think of a joke. All right, I'm gonna have a continuation after the nurse says everyone gets a ride to the front door. I'm gonna have Parker say, what about after the front door? And the nurse goes, then I want you to get the hell out of my sight with your pathetic self-deprecation and never show your face in this hospital again. Send. All right. Time to wind down for Monday, August 5th. The 99th episode of Every Day is Funny. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow for the season 1 finale. And remember, every day is funny.